Hello book lovers, and welcome to day 6 of 30, where I talk about my top 30 all-time favorite books in celebration of my 30th birthday. Today is a special day, just like every day, but maybe a little bit more, because just like The Captive Prince, this series might just be one of the series that I think about the most. When I tell you, I probably think about these characters every day. Someone get me a therapist. And that is going to be the All for the Game series, the Foxhole Court series. We absolutely adore this trilogy. We have the first book, which is called The Foxhole Court. This is by Nora Sakovic. The second book is called The Raven King, and the third book is called The King's Men. Now, I am hoping that I put those in the correct order. I do have these lovely editions. I will go ahead and link the artist down below. I'm not sure if they still sell these. It's possible they do, because I know that I just recently bought the alternative covers from them for the companion novels in this series, because the author has gone ahead and continued this series. There's 2 other books out right now, but I'm just going to be talking about this core trilogy here. So this is a series that I feel you can't really recommend. If you recommend this book and someone reads it and they're like, what's wrong with you? Genuinely, like, not a rhetorical question. I actually want to know what's wrong with you. This is a contemporary story that you will either love or you will hate. I would be genuinely surprised if there was someone who was like, it was okay, 3 stars. No, either 1 star or 5 stars, and it's your new personality. In this book, we are following Neil Jostin, and I just realized I'm holding up the wrong book and not the first one. Neil Jostin, here he is. And Neil Jostin is the son of a serial killer, and this is a serial killer that is a very dangerous man who works with very dangerous people, and Neil and his mother have been on the run for a very long time. Unfortunately, at the beginning of this series, his mother has passed away. They ran into some of his father's men, and while they got away, she did not get away unscathed and ends up succumbing to her injuries. Neil is on his own for the first time. I believe he's about 17 years old at the beginning of this book, and he ends up going to a small town where he joins the high school there. He squats in a house and he joins their Exy team, because this boy loves Exy more than he loves life. And Exy is technically a made-up sport, but just think lacrosse, essentially. And he ends up getting approached by a college team. It turns out his high school coach ended up sending his video out to this team, and they're like, yeah, we want him. And this is a team known as the Palmetto Foxes. And unfortunately for Neil, this team is full of psychotic people. They're not doing that great. They've had hard lives, and they are the primary competitors of a team known as the Ravens. And the reason they're competitors of the Ravens is because a young man known as Kevin left the Ravens, which is pretty much unheard of because they are run by the mafia, and has joined the Foxes. And so this whole team is in trouble, and Kevin decides he wants Neil. He's like, Neil, I want your short ass on my team, and I'm not taking no for an answer. And Neil's like, this is gonna be televised. My father's gonna see it. He's gonna grab me and he's gonna kill me. That's what's gonna happen. And that's okay, as long as I get to play Exy. So he ends up skipping off to join the team, and he essentially spends this entire series being like, yeah, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be dead by the end of the year, so I'm just gonna have a good time. I'm gonna play the game. I'm gonna win the championship for the Foxes. I'm gonna fix all the problems that these Foxes have. I'm gonna discover that I might be kind of gay. And it is just so messy. Like, you're reading this book and you're like, what the heck is going on here? And you're loving every single moment of this, you definitely need to go ahead and check trigger warnings. Despite the fact that our character is 17 at the beginning of this book, this is definitely an adult series. There's no like explicit sexual content in it or anything like that, but it definitely has its share of trigger warnings because we are dealing with very tortured characters who have gone through literal torture. So I absolutely adore Neil and Andrew. I am an Andrew stan, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and say, Andrew, I can fix him. I don't want to fix him. I want him in all his messed up glory. I absolutely love the relationship between Neil and Andrew. It is literally, despite the fact that this book is so toxic, the healthiest relationship I have ever read in my entire life. This book is kind of a combination of detailed sports clips, very sexually tense conversations between people that can't decide if they want to kiss or maybe kill each other, maybe beat each other up a little bit. And then the mafia is just thrown in there to cause a little extra drama. I absolutely love this series. I can't explain it. If you want me to like give you a good explanation of what you're going to get from this book, chaos and trauma. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get a very high therapy bill from this. All right, guys, let me know if you have ever read this series and what you thought of it, and I will go ahead and see you tomorrow with the next book.